Everyone is talking about living the soft life, but does it really mean you're taking care of yourself or just avoiding hard things? In this episode, we break down the difference between necessary rest and avoidance disguised as self-care. We'll unpack the real reasons behind burnout, why so many of us struggle to rest, and how to find a balance that actually supports your well-being. Hey, welcome to So What's Even Happening, the podcast where creative entrepreneurship meets real-life self-care.
I'm Courtney, an artist and entrepreneur from LA.
And I'm Ziamara, a business owner and consultant from Oakland.
We're two Black women navigating the ups and downs of business building, fostering personal growth, and holding each other accountable.
Each week, we're sharing inspiring stories, facts, and some good laughs as we talk about creativity, self-care, and making it all work.
So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's figure out what's even happening together.
Hey, girl. Hey, baby girl. Hey, baby. Why does iPhone always think we're saying baby? I'm like, no.
Every time.
It's B and B.
It's baby. Yeah.
Nothing in between.
Right.
Nothing after.
Right.
Nothing before.
It's all about the soft life, you know?
I mean, that's like the best part.
The soft life is hard work, though. So
Much hard work to achieve the soft life.
Yeah.
Not even achieve, just do.
Yeah.
To just do.
Yeah. It's really just acknowledging the rest. I think it's rooted in rest.
Mm-hmm.
Restfulness. Not necessarily rest, but restfulness. Doing things that are restful. Even rejuvenating, I'd say. Yeah. Did you know? I have a stat for you.
Ooh,
Did you know?
coming in hot with a stat.
42% of Americans say they feel burned out at work. And we bring up the question, are we actually resting or are we just exhausted? Like, is that why we're burnt out?
Yeah.
Because we're just fed up, sick of it, tired.
Yeah.
All the things.
My therapist, love that woman. She gave me a really great kind of analogy. She says, pretend you're in downtown LA. No shade to LA, love LA. Say you're in downtown LA and you look up and the sky is blue. And then when you leave LA, when you drive up the Grapevine and you turn around and you look at LA and, oh, this is not the right analogy, actually.
I was on the edge of my
This is
seat.
a good one. It's a good one. I'm gonna finish. It's a good one. This is not what I meant.
Okay.
When you look back at LA, you see all the smog that you were in. You see all the shit. And you really need to get a step back and get some perspective. That was what she meant. She has another one that she came in hot with that I'll never forget. I was telling her just how tired I was. I was like, I'm just so tired. I can't catch a break. Like, I just don't even have the motivation to keep going. I just want to lay down. She was like, well, you need to rest. You should rest. And I was like, I do for like an afternoon or like maybe I'll take a day off. She's like, no, sweetie, you need like a week or two, like just to do nothing, just to rest and do the things that you love to do. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I'm an entrepreneur. I make money, and I don't know if I could take that much time off. And she was like, well, you're like your cell phone.
Oh, yeah.
You like your cell phone. You start at 100, burn yourself all the way down to 5%. Then you plug yourself back in to charge. Maybe you get to like 65. Like, okay, I'm feeling okay. I feel better. Then you run yourself back down to 10. So you keep this, like, it's not a full charge.
Yeah.
You're not fully resting. You're not fully taking the time that you need to.
You're not at your baseline.
No, you're not. You're not at 100. And so that is when I got a better perspective about proper rest and really resting even more so. Because at this point in my life, we're just operating at a different level of just work and putting your brain in different projects, like not just your business. Maybe it's like consulting and maybe it's like starting a podcast, you know. So it's really important of how like the soft life is actually a lot of work to rest, because one part is your brain is like not ready to rest. You're
Right.
kind of like when you go on a vacation.
Yeah.
It takes you like 2 to 3 days to really get into vacay mode.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
And then you're in vacay mode, and then you're like, then you start to get, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go home.
Yeah.
You know? You're like,
Yeah.
okay, I can go home, and I feel more motivated. I always feel incredibly motivated to work after a trip. I'm on the plane, like working.
Yeah.
They also say working on the plane is probably one of the best places to work, because you are the higher in altitude,
Mm-hmm.
like creates this state of like productivity.
That makes sense.
And you're also in a place where you have limited distractions.
Yeah.
Like sure, there's a TV. Now we have access to Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It's not the best Wi-Fi, you know.
Yeah.
So people have written books. They've done so many things.
Mm-hmm.
I've literally wrote a business plan on a plane.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. It's the same.
I'm usually sleeping.
We're all selfish.
I'm usually sleeping on the plane, resting, like
I
you know,
know.
like taking the time, listening to music.
It's just not the best sleep.
It's not.
Like
Maybe you're right. Yeah, that's true.
depending on what class you're sitting in. If you're laying down, you might have a better experience. I haven't experienced that yet. But if you're laying down, you know, maybe you have that rest. But you're in economy in the middle, like there's
True.
resting with a neck pillow. I can't.
Yeah.
My neck does not work in that pillow. Like it just rocks around, and like,
Yeah.
I'd rather have it in front so I can just like.
It's supposed to be in front. I heard that they're supposed to go in the front.
Really?
It snaps in the back, and you're supposed to rest this way.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we've been doing it wrong.
Totally.
Of course.
It just makes sense because it's like it brings up the fact like when we are resting and are we actually like taking care of ourselves?
Mm-hmm.
Like when we're actually in that rest mode, are we doing the things that are actually helping us? Like are we working to take care of ourselves, or are we just avoiding? Because a lot of times it's the avoidance too.
I mean,
Like
I'm guilty
it's
sometimes.
You know, we can't deny it. Like sometimes it's just easier to like get in the bath because like you don't want to deal with this, or like do this because you're like, oh, I'll get to it later. Like, do we lean too much into self-care and call it self-care when we're really just trying to avoid what's really going on?
You calling me out?
I'm just topic of conversation. It's a safe space, you know?
There's no shade in here.
No, not at all.
Just kidding.
Let's think about it, take a break,
Okay.
and then come back and follow up.
Let's do it.
That's a good one, right?
It was.
And we're back.
Like that.
Where's your mic?
Oh, right here.
And we're back.
Hello. We're back.
Yeah, we're talking about the soft life and how it can be a lot of hard work, and perhaps like, is the soft life misdirected? Are we maybe avoiding more than we realize?
Right.
Are we using the soft life to just put a Band-Aid on bigger things?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel like it's a fine line
Mm-hmm.
that I feel like you know, personally, I know I do it. I think we all do. We all have our like vices, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I think there's definitely some things sometimes you would just want to. You don't want to do it. You're not in the mood.
That's fair.
Don't want to do it.
Very fair.
You're tired. You're wanting to just take care of yourself in a way, and like sometimes it is a bath. Like, sometimes it is just like, I'm gonna take tonight off, or I'm gonna go to the spa, or I'm going to go for a walk, whatever it is, exercise. So I think that it's important to do that, but at what cost? Like, at what cost are you delaying and avoiding something? Because that is actually when you mess it up even worse for you. You make it worse. You make it totally worse. Than like filing your taxes. Than, you know, calling your bookkeeper, or like making that next step to call your wealth advisor to make sure that you're doing what you need to do. Because you sometimes maybe have an avoidance of like finances, like you just don't want to deal with it.
Right. Some people like never want to talk about money.
No, they don't want to do it. They don't want to go to therapy.
Yeah.
That's also soft life, just like in terms of taking care of yourself.
Absolutely.
And having those conversations with a licensed professional.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
Not the bartender.
Right. Right.
They're not therapists.
Right. Very true. That's a really good point. And I feel like there's a lot of, even just like those little things can almost like compound to a point where you're avoiding like the bigger things in life. Like, you know, staying with a job like you shouldn't be staying with for like too long.
Or a man. Or a woman. Or a person.
Yeah. Like those bigger things. Like what habits are you calling self-care or soft life that are really just masking deeper issues?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we play a little game.
With the game. Here we go.
So I'm going to read a few different scenarios. I mean, we can think of some on our own too.
Sure.
But I'll read a couple just to, I want to know your opinion on deciphering. Are these acts of self-care or just avoidance? You ready?
Yes.
So, I mean, maybe the first one doesn't necessarily apply to us now, but let's think back to like when we were working 9 to 5s.
Mm-hmm.
This scenario is blocking your boss's number after 5 p.m. So basically, like once you're off the clock, saying, you know, I'm not even going to pick up my phone, you know, that's a tomorrow problem. Is that soft life? Is that really protecting peace, or is that avoidance?
I feel like that depends on the type of industry you're in.
Perhaps, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I personally would not block my boss's phone number.
It's a little bit extreme.
Just in case. Like, there might be
Yeah.
some real emergency.
True.
But if it's not,
Yeah.
and if my boss is calling me, telling me, or asking me about a certain document that definitely is not an emergency.
Like, is this a tomorrow issue?
This is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Can you like an email,
Yeah.
or can you just search for it? You know what I mean?
Right.
But if it is, I feel like if it's really important, I feel like I wouldn't block. I feel like
Block is a strong word.
that's strong.
Maybe, I mean, I guess a healthy balance is do not disturb, maybe.
Just
Putting that on. But
Text
still,
me.
But still check in.
Yeah,
Like, you know.
leave a voicemail.
Yes.
People still leave
Let me
voicemails.
know. Yeah. Just,
Right.
Yeah.
I think that would be more of the case.
Yeah. And also just taking, you know, just seeing if that's something that you're willing to, if it's like 9 p.m. and like someone's freaking out, like, okay, deciphering, is this the right time for me to respond?
Yeah.
Can it wait till tomorrow?
Yeah.
Till another time?
Yeah.
I think that's really just kind of deciphering, like, can I do this now? Like, 'cause if you can, do it. Like,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, no big deal. Some stuff's
Yeah.
like not a big deal,
But
in my opinion.
I also think establishing healthy boundaries between your bosses, and just also establishing what are the expectations.
Yeah.
Too, because like I said, depends what industry you're in. If you're in events, if you're a lawyer and you guys got
It
court
really
the next day, like you guys are working all night long.
Yeah.
If you have a big client presentation,
Yeah.
all those things, I think it's totally avoidance to block.
Yeah. Okay, another one. Speaking of working all day. Okay, this scenario is sleeping in until noon every day, but calling it rest.
Again, maybe this is my like wanting to have all the perspectives. Like, if you work a great night shift, sleep in till 12. Because not sleeping in, you're sleeping. Like,
Right.
You got if
Still
you
sleep, yeah.
If you got off at 5 a.m., I hope you got like at least if you got home at 5 and then 7 hours,
Yeah.
like wake up at 12.
Yeah.
But are you just really being lazy?
True.
Avoiding the dishes, avoiding like
Starting the day, like
Yes.
I think that, I mean, it is about perspective. If starting at noon if that's the start of your day and you're jumping into a really great routine and getting stuff done, like at the end of the day, as long as you're getting stuff done that you say you want to get done, then all for it.
Right.
To be honest, but if it gets to the point where you are just rolling out of bed at noon, dragging, like, I think that's like, you know, grounds to acknowledge, like, hey, maybe we kind of refigure out these systems that we have in place.
Sure.
You know.
Sure. I think that, because also like some people are more productive when they work from home than go in the office.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I'm like, if you're getting your work done and you're from home,
Yeah.
and what's the problem?
Efficiency. Love it.
Efficiency. What?
Yeah.
Like, no, you
Yes.
don't need you to come in if it's not necessary every single day.
Yeah.
So yeah, like if you're efficient, you still waking up at 12. Like some people are so fast. They're so focused.
Yeah.
Like laser focused.
Yeah.
They don't have ADD. Like they're just zoom, get it done.
Yeah.
And that works for them. Not everyone's the same.
Not everyone's the same. Speaking of that, efficiency and perhaps convenience, another scenario is getting your groceries delivered instead of just running to the store to
That
get
listen, I support it.
1000%.
Order. You don't have to go. Someone else can do it.
Take the stress off your life. That's the thing. I feel like paying for convenience is something I want.
Yeah.
I it's like why you pay for peace of mind in different ways.
Yeah.
Convenience. These are the types of things that I feel like take stress off of your life. If you can handle it, if you can afford to do it, let your life not be so stressed.
Right.
That's one less thing, one less errand, one less thing you have to go
An
worry
hour or
about.
two of your life.
Yeah, it's delegating.
Mm-hmm.
It's having an assistant in a way.
Yes.
Form of an assistant. Someone go out to get this. Sorry, like if I can do it, I have to do it. Like
I just want to be able to pick who's shopping for me, because some of y'all men. One time I got like a bunch of just like green bananas.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
You didn't even tell me.
Yeah.
Let me know.
And if you're gonna get the green ones, get a couple ripe ones too. So I can have one now and then.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like they weren't even plantains.
That's
green.
you know what I mean? Think it through. That's
the only downside. You just gotta. I just want to select who can shop for me.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you ready for this scenario?
Hit me.
Quitting a toxic job with no backup plan.
Is it soft life or avoidance?
Self-care or avoidance?
Self-care or avoidance? I mean, it's self-care because it's your health.
Yeah.
Because you spend so much 40, 60, 80 hours, however long people work for other people.
Yeah.
You know, that's a really long time that we dedicate to our lives to do.
Yeah.
I would say it's a better bet that you have a backup position.
Yeah.
But if you're pushed to a brink in your life where you cannot stand it, like, fucking leave. Leave.
Yeah. My friend, this is literally her predicament. And sometimes you literally just need to quit and walk away so that you can have the mental clarity to actually think about what the hell you want.
Or even the time to apply.
The time.
Yeah.
Because jobs can be soul sucking to the point where you're at it all day, you take it home, you know, you wake up thinking you're up all night stressed, like you can't even get out of it. So I think it's very, very brave and just like a way to take the reins on your life.
But like at your absolute, you know, you just quit.
Yes.
And if you have savings, and if you are,
like,
people don't depend on you. Like,
be smart about it. Yeah. I think it's okay not to necessarily have a backup plan, but make sure that you're able to take care of yourself for some time. Like, give yourself that cushion to be able to do it.
And recognize your strengths too. If you are even resourceful enough to get another job that fast, or to do something else, or like, I don't know, like if you're not above being an Uber Eats driver or something like that, or Uber driver, you know, there's so many things that people can tap into in the meantime. It might not be your high-paying job that you may have in whatever world you're in, but I think that's really important. Just to, you gotta go. Yeah, because you're just killing yourself.
Yeah, you are, and you have to really like get in alignment with what you want with life. Like I think that's really important.
And it's so crazy how fast things can happen when you make yourself available and like put out that I'm available for new opportunities, and you put the word out with your network, with LinkedIn, you can have a new job in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Less than that, sometimes.
Yep.
Just depends on who you know.
Yeah. If that's what you want. Yep.
Oh, hey girl.
Hey girl, hey.
We're back.
Nice to see you.
Totally
never left.
Missed you so much.
I know.
Don't leave me. All right, so last time we were talking about soft life versus avoidance. And now we're diving into what we are avoiding, Courtney. I'll go first.
Okay, you go.
I avoid admin work.
Ooh, that's a good one.
At all costs.
Yeah.
I will do anything else outside. Sometimes, and maybe it's like not trauma from, I want to say that everything is trauma or triggering. But I used to be an assistant and I'm just like, I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah.
There's sometimes I'm in a peaceful mood of doing it, admin, like when I have my coffee, it's like birds are chirping outside, I'm like do, getting stuff done. I just feel so productive. But it's just a mountain of stuff, and it's not making me money.
Yeah.
That part,
It's tedious, yeah.
Tedious.
Cumbersome in a lot of different ways, yeah.
So I will I'll just let me take a nap. 20 minutes.
Right.
Oh, let me clean the house.
I can do this a little bit later.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this isn't that urgent.
No.
Yeah.
I'll do all the other things except for that task.
That's a really good one.
And then the crazy part, it took me 15 minutes.
Always. No time.
So I avoided all this stuff, all this time.
Yeah.
I made it worse.
You spent time avoiding.
Because then you have to think about, like, say, what is this expense for? You know what I mean? I don't know. Let me look it up. I need to look it up. I would have remembered had I done it.
Yeah.
When I said I'm going to do it.
Yeah. That's a really, really good one.
Okay. What about you?
I think for me, I feel like in order to create and be creative, or even to dive into anything, even just diving into admin work, like sitting at my computer, I like to have a clean space. I like to have things kind of like in their place, in order. And I feel like a lot of times I will clean and declutter and tidy and rearrange furniture. I guess that's an extreme level. Rearranging furniture, just like almost like changing up.
She rearranges all the time. I was at her place in December, and there's this beautiful python chair in the front of her place. I come back a month later, it's no longer there. Poof!
It moved.
Where'd it go?
I rearranged the furniture and moved it into a different room. Yeah. So that's like my thing. Like,
yeah.
I feel like it's a fine line, because there's times when, that feeling when you like the house is clean and everything's like in its place and you just like, you can't wait to jump in and work. You feel amazing. You feel amazing.
The vibe, you just changed the whole energy, aura, frequency.
Energy. It's
you
the
did.
Energy. It's really the energy.
So.
And it's like, I feel like I kind of can sometimes lean on that a little bit too much, like needing the energy to be perfect, the right vibe to just get into that creative flow. And it's like, sometimes I do feel like I need that, but other times I'm like, I really didn't have to do all that just to be able to sit at my computer and be peaceful. Like I really didn't need to do all that.
No, but it's nice that you did.
It is. That's what I was gonna do. Like
I know.
So that's I feel like that's something I want to work on more. Just maybe call myself out a little bit more in terms of do I really need to declutter this entire closet before I'm able to have a peaceful work session? Or,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It's that.
I think for me, it's just dedicating like an hour or two, like a week, to this is admin time. You're gonna do this.
Yeah.
And even if I'm not doing the admin, if I push it off to somebody else, but like that just needs to be done.
Get done. Yeah.
This is admin time, and get it done. Cross it off. Get it off your shoulders.
Because it feels so good to get admin stuff done.
Yeah.
It feels so like, thank God that's done. Like that feeling. So that's a good one.
Yeah.
I love it.
So what are you guys gonna do to get your avoidance out the way?
Yeah.
Knock it out.
Yeah. Let's just
don't hide behind self-care.
Yeah.
Because you're really hurting yourself.
You really are.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't need that.
No time for that.
Just do it.
Get it done. We got this.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.
Thanks for tuning in to So What's Even Happening. We hope you got a little inspiration and maybe a laugh or two. If you love this episode, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. It really helps us grow. You can find us on YouTube and all your favorite podcast platforms. And follow us on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at So What's Even Happening for more behind-the-scenes fun, tips, and updates.
Until next time, take care of yourself and keep making moves toward your dreams.
And remember, we're rooting for you, always.